respected brothers and sisters in Islam, this is the month of the Quran before it was the month of fasting. Allahu Akbar. Allah Azza wa Jal revealed the greatest of words, the greatest of all miracles ever that the entire globe experienced. The miracle of the Quran. The Quran was revealed in the month of Ramadan. And so what made the month of Ramadan honored was the fact that the Quran was revealed in this month. More specifically, it was revealed in Laylatul Qadr. Laylatul Qadr had its value, had its worth before the Quran was revealed. And when the Quran was revealed in Ramadan during Laylatul Qadr, it made Laylatul Qadr even extra special and even more virtuous. To the point, look, the blessing of the Quran, to the point where Allah Azza wa Jal said, Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr. Allahu Akbar. Allah Azza wa Jal, He said, the night of decree, Laylatul Qadr, is better than 1,000 months. In other words, the worship during these few hours of Laylatul Qadr is better than worshipping Allah for more than 1,000 months that do not have Laylatul Qadr in them. Allahu Akbar. You reflect over the greatness of this night and you ask yourself, why was this night selected? Why was it given virtue? Why was it given great reward as opposed to anything else? It is because the Quran was revealed during this night. That's the secret for why Laylatul Qadr became virtuous. Because of the Quran. The Quran touched this night and it became a virtuous night. Allahu Akbar. What is Ramadan without the Quran? What are the nights of Ramadan without the Quran? What is a prayer without the Quran? What is a day of Ramadan without the Quran? My brothers and sisters in Islam, every moment of this month must be filled with the Quran. Reading it, memorizing it, revising it, studying it, understanding it, implementing it, preaching it, teaching it. Everything we can do of worships with the Quran, we must exhaust ourselves in the days and the nights of this month. Allahu Akbar. And our Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was a role model in this matter. Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu narrates, and he says, Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu said that the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was the most generous of mankind. Can you imagine? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's heart was attached to Allah and to the afterlife. That's why he was the most generous in this worldly life. He gave whatever he possessed of this worldly life. It wasn't his greatest concern. Then Ibn Abbas says, watch this, his generosity is going to go on another level. He said, and the most generous Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would be was in Ramadan, when Jibreel would visit him and study the Quran with him. Allahu Akbar. We need to understand this. We're in desperate need of understanding this part of the hadith. What does it mean? Pay attention, brothers and sisters. Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu said that the most generous the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would ever be was in Ramadan, when Jibreel would visit him and study the Quran with him. Yudarisuhu, meaning Jibreel would read and then the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would read. And then Ibn Abbas says his generosity was so much so that it was stronger than an uncontrollable wind. What does that mean? You know, a wind, when a hurricane, when a tornado, when a strong wind blows, it doesn't leave anything in its path except that it touches and makes contact with. A wind will end up touching every stone, every grass, every tree, every car, every building, every person that's standing in its way, everything, it touches everything. So the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam's generosity was as such that everyone was touched by the generosity of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Everyone and everything. The animals, the insects, the birds, the humans, the believers, the disbelievers, the children, the elderly, the man, the woman, the black, the white, every single thing was touched by the generosity of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam. What made him so generous? The Quran. The Quran made him generous. But how? How do we understand this? Listen, what is the message of the Quran? The Quran draws the hearts to the afterlife, away from this worldly life. That's what the Quran does. It draws us closer and closer to the paradise, to the afterlife, to the rivers that are in the paradise, to the women that are in the paradise, to the gold and to the silver and to the luxuries that are in the paradise. The Quran draws us to Allah that is above Al-Arsh, and He can be seen in the paradise. And at the same time, the Quran takes us away from the distractions of this worldly life and its materialistic distractions. That's the message of the Quran. So the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when he'd review the Quran in Ramadan, he began to embody the message of the Quran. So he became generous. He became generous. Every time he gave more and more, he detached himself from this worldly life and brought himself closer and closer to Allah and to the paradise. The Quran is able to make the stingy person a generous person by the permission of Allah Azza wa Jal. If a person suffers from greed and stinginess and miserliness, then the Quran and its message has enough power to make you from the generous ones. Allahu Akbar. That's the importance of the Quran in this month. And if we are generous, then Allah will be generous with us. Allahu Akbar. As the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "Irhamu man fil ard, irhamkum man fis sama." Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "Show mercy to those who are on earth, and the one in the heavens will show you mercy." Be generous to those on earth. Show them mercy. And the one in the heavens, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will show you mercy in this life, in your grave, and in the afterlife. And I give you one tip, my brothers and sisters in Islam. In the nights of Ramadan, we pray at Taraweeh. And the main aspect of a Taraweeh is the standing and the recitation of the Quran. And so many don't understand the Quran. They don't understand. So what is the solution? Let me give you a solution. My brothers and sisters in Islam, if you're able to get a translation of the Quran, a copy of the translation in your hand, whether a physical translated mushaf or a Quran from the applications on your phones, then it is permissible, as the Imam is reciting the Arabic Quran, that you look at the English or your translation, your language, and you try to understand what Allah is saying. But be careful. If you do this, don't move your tongue and read the translation. Because if you read the translation, then you would invalidate your salat, since you are uttering something that is not from the prayer. So by default, it is makruh, it's disliked to carry a Quran while praying. It's disliked. But this ruling of carrying a mushaf being disliked is removed. It's removed when there is a need. And what greater need than the believer understanding the word of Allah Azza wa Jal. So now, because there's a need to understand the message of Allah, the ruling of makruh, the ruling of disliked is removed, and holding the Quran in salat becomes a permissible matter for as long as you need it, till you understand the word of Allah in the Arabic language. So take a copy of the Quran and follow your Imam and look at the translation and understand what Allah is saying. This would be revolutionary, brothers and sisters in Islam. Imagine praying behind an Imam that's reciting one juzah every night, and you're able to go through the entire Quran from the beginning to the end. Wallahi, you'll come out a changed person. How do you know that you changed? Measure your generosity. If you find yourself more generous, giving everyone and anyone, then you have been transformed by the Quran this Ramadan. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to grant us goodness. وجزاكم الله خيرا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.